South Korea's THAAD deployment evoked a strong negative response from China. Beijing took visible economic retaliatory measures against Seoul as it perceives the defensive upgrade as a threat to its national security and disagrees on that decision. Naturally, Korean businesses took huge hits, but is there more to such developments than meets the eye? In our news features tonight, Jung-hee sheds light on what other factors may be playing a part in dwindling exports to the biggest market in Asia.
Over a year has passed since China started its economic retaliation against Korea for its deployment of the U.S. missile defense system THAAD. According to data from Seoul-based Hyundai Research Institute, Seoul's economic losses are expected to be around $7.5 billion this year. China's retaliatory measures are widely seen as the main cause of Korea's dwindling exports to China. But what should be noted is that the growth of Korea's exports to China has been slowing down since 2012, and it's also been showing a slight recovery this year. This implies there are other factors behind the sluggish exports to China.
Korean firms tend to depend on the Hallyu trend or the Korean wave, and that lost power with a political issue like THAAD.
Products of low quality have been increasingly rejected by China since 2008 as the country strengthened its quality inspections. Chinese consumers also now have higher standards. They buy local goods or others with brand values and better quality.
Losses due to the retaliations over THAAD differ by company and by industry. But what's for certain is that the firms least affected are the ones who've been competing in the Chinese market with quality goods and new marketing strategies to satisfy local consumers. Samyang Foods signed an MOU with Chinese retailers last month to sell its 불닭볶음면, or extremely spicy chicken-flavored ramen, in China. To satisfy local taste, products with different flavors have also been developed. For example, Mara spice flavor for Chinese consumers and curry for Southeast Asian consumers. Products that are exported to China are produced separately from those for domestic sales to meet China's food regulations. Samyang Foods recorded $21 million of exports to China in the first quarter of this year, an over five-fold rise from the year before.
From the very beginning, our partners were not Korean retailers, but local ones, and that helped us avoid the THAAD retaliation. Also, while some Korean products were removed from offline stores, thanks to our retailers who kept our products available online, our total sales could remain stable despite the fall in offline sales.
Korea's NH Trading recently exported samples of 4 tons of Campbell Early grapes and 80 kilograms of Shine Muscat grapes to China. While Campbell Early grapes have been sold to China from 2015, it's the first time for Shine Muscat grapes to be sold there.
We thought that selling our grapes in China may be difficult due to non-tariff barriers like the THAAD issue, but we were able to find buyers and retailers. Our grapes will be sold at premium supermarkets such as Ole and City Super and large-scale retail stores like Carrefour and Walmart.
In fact, last year the company only sold 13 tons of grapes to China out of a planned 100 tons after the THAAD issue arose. But this year's exports were possible as Campbell Early and Shine Muscat grapes are hard to find in China. They're locally grown, but the ones from Korea are juicier and richer in taste. Experts say sales of Korea's consumer products like cosmetics or food may actually rebound quite soon, as they've been recognized as high quality and are popular with local consumers. The industries at risk are rather assembly and machine related, like automobiles, electronics, iron, and steel, which are the main growth engines of Korean economy.
Korean firms don't have a clear competitive advantage in either quality or price. Our product quality can be compared to products from the US, Germany, and Japan, and our products lack price competitiveness compared to Chinese products or those from Southeast Asia.
The experts say the private sector needs to put more effort into regaining quality competitiveness, while the government also has to intervene to ease trade relations with China.
The government has to directly meet with the Chinese government for summit talks or renegotiating the Korea-China FTA. An official dialogue between the two countries should take place as soon as possible.
오정희, 아리랑 뉴스.